With that, we want to turn our attention to a story that we are following for you brand new today. We want to bring in our Walker Lawson, who has been looking at this Seeking Solutions effort by a group of students to try to essentially bring more medical services to the campus of UNC Charlotte. So, Walker, thanks so much for taking the time. I know you just put your piece together and you're getting ready to give us some insights at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock here. But this is an interesting concept. So this is going to be essentially student-led medic EMS services for the campus.
Absolutely. So student-led, they'll all have to be certified, and this is a group of certified students that are pushing this initiative forward. So they are looking to try and cut down response time. So they said that when you look at University City and how much that area has grown, how many people are moving to the area, medic is already responding to just apartments or different areas, but they also are responsible for responding to UNC Charlotte. And you see growth, more people moving there, more calls. And so this will allow them to be there. There's already a public safety police unit on UNC Charlotte grounds. This allows them to be there on site and to assist until another team can get there. And they said, every second counts in these instances.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to even want to think about this, but we know that college campus shootings unfortunately happen, and we just had the situation with FSU, and we know that UNC Charlotte has sadly gone through a situation as well back in 2019. I mean, can you talk about what you're hearing as far as from the student side about just this need, why they say this is so very important? And I guess I'm curious too, what sort of services would these students be providing? Like, what would they be qualified to give as far as, life support or whatnot?
Yeah, so CPR, of course, being the biggest thing. Gunshot wounds, if they can, help patch up or kind of apply pressure to that area. Obviously, as you mentioned, back in 2019, there was that shooting on UNC Charlotte campus. I went to UNC Charlotte, and it is a very large campus. You have a lot of hills. You have a lot of areas that are not accessible for a vehicle to drive up into. So if something happens in a hilly area where you're almost having to wait for medic to find you to get on campus, at least there will be a team that's already there on campus, and they're going to be very familiar with UNC Charlotte. Of course, they're students that are walking that campus every day. And so for them, this is important to, again, cut down that response time to the university itself. But other universities already do this in North Carolina. Chapel Hill is one of those. App State is also one of those. Wake Forest as well. I went on their websites and saw that this is a student-led program that they already have in many of these colleges. And with UNC Charlotte growing, they have about 31,000 students that are enrolled there based off of 2023 data that we saw from the college. So again, such a growing area. And the students said they were surprised that this was not something already in place. And so they are looking to hopefully get this approved in the coming weeks and months. They're garnering up support. They have about 500 signatures, which is 200 above what they were aiming to have at this time. So they were hoping to have around 300, and now they have 500, and they're encouraging people to get this certification. Again, 2 of the students I interviewed are already certified and have worked with the Idlewild Volunteer Fire Department. So they're bringing this experience in, and then Idlewild Fire Department also donated radios to them already, so they already have some of the resources. It's just getting the next steps moving to make this a reality for this campus.
It's a really interesting concept. I mean, as far as next steps, I know you said that this is still in progress and you are in the process of trying to get more information, from the actual university. Can you tell us where that stands as far as, them providing updates on how they feel about the situation?
Yeah, so they said they're going to be going before a group this week. So it's going to be their student organization, basically student government, will write something up this week on it on Thursday, and then they will hopefully be speaking with faculty and staff in the coming weeks is the goal. UNC Charlotte is aware of the proposal, and they are waiting for it to come before them. So they emailed me, the group that's looking to bring this, as a PowerPoint of all this data they've collected on what they see, how they feel, how large the campus is compared to other campuses in the state. So they're really hoping that this will become a reality, and late summer, early fall, we should have a little bit more clarity based off of their initial thoughts of when they'll have answers by.
Yeah, definitely an interesting concept and one that folks maybe give a little bit more consideration right now, given what's happened at FSU. And of course, we talked about UNC Charlotte back in 2019. I didn't realize that about you, that you had lived through that. And I'm
Yes.
sorry to hear that. And
Appreciate it.
how close you were to one of the people that we lost. So I know we lost 2 lives that day, Riley Howell and Reed Parlier. So I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that.
Appreciate it. Super important. I definitely think it's shedding some light on this, and it's something that was personal for me and hit home. So hopefully they can get what they're hoping to accomplish there.
Well, thank you so much, Walker Lawson. We appreciate you once again covering this story for us. For folks who want to see the larger piece, that's going to air at 5 and 6 o'clock here. So you have a couple of options to tune in here on WCNC Plus. As always, we advise you to keep WCNC Plus on all day long, because you never know when we're going to break in with new information and get you updates. And of course, Walker, I know you always put together a web story as well, so folks can always find more as well on WCNC.com and inside the WCNC Charlotte mobile app in just a bit.